So only by the touch of Radha's kripa can one meditate upon Vrindavan and Radha Govinda lilas. Yat prema amrita sindhu sararasadam papaika bhajam api. So here's the contrast. In one line, there's a contrast. There's Radha in one line, the Sadhaka in the other, and half the line. Premamrita Sindhu Sararasadam. Radharani is the essence of nectarian love, rasas. Papaika bhajam. And who am I? I'm a papi. It's contrasting the position of the fallen sadhaka. Where are we? Where is Vrindavan and where am I? Oh, Vrindavan, you are the essence. Because this is actually glorification of Radharani, is what I said. But the author is intending to glorify Vrindavan, which contains all of this. He's glorifying Vrindavan. Vrindavan, you're the place. Premamrita Sindhu, Sara Rasadam. You're that unlimited. How's the translation? He says, the Vrindavan is the essence of the ocean of nectarian love. Or so is Radharani. Radharani is also the essence, the sar, the essence of nectarian love for Krishna. So this is especially a prayer to Vrindavan. All these lines are basically glorifying Vrindavan. So he says, you're like Vrindavan, you're like this, and I'm here in Vrindavan, visiting or staying for some time or all the time or whatever time. But I'm a papi. This is Prabhupada Saraswati. I'm sitting here in Vrindavan on the banks of Yamuna, under this Kali Kadamba tree, Kaliyadaha. I'm doing my bhajan and I'm watching the Yamuna go by. And I'm seeing the saras, the beautiful birds standing there on the banks, eating fish. And I'm seeing the ducks and swans gliding in the Yamuna, and the beautiful birds darting about the trees. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm such a sinner. I'm so fallen. There's prema is flowing everywhere. Liquid prema is flowing everywhere. Even there's one Hindi bhajan where one person told me, he said that Vrindavan is so extraordinary that prema is, even the nalis, what we call nalis, or the gutters of Vrindavan, are carrying liquid prema. That's a pretty high vision. I mean, these are the nalis carrying all the runaway water, wastewater from people's houses. He said, this is his vision, his dristi, that there's prema everywhere, even the nalis, even the open, what we call open sewers. When Western people come, they say, there's open sewers there in Vrindavan. No, the nali, the drain, because that's what's in it, and it's open. And that's a no-no. In Switzerland or anywhere else, they're all it's all the same. It's running on top of the ground or running under the ground. It's the same stench. So he had this vision. So this is the glorification of Vrindavan. So then he's saying, oh Vrindavan, you are the essence of the ocean of nectarian love ras. And me? Who am I? I am a papi. Papi means I'm sinful. And then line 4, he says it's very difficult. In line 4 he says it's very difficult to understand the astonishing glories of Vrindavan Dham. How does he say? This is a little difficult, it's on 2 verses. He says, Tad Vrindavanam dush pravesh. This is pretty simple. It's like Hindi. Pravesh means Griya Pravesh, Mandir Pravesh. Difficult to enter. The Mahimam, Ashcharya Mahima. The glories of Vrindavan are Ashcharya Mahima. Ashcharya means astonishing, amazing, inconceivable. Ashcharya. It's like, what is Ashcharya? Ashcharya is like, wow. Is that Ashcharya? I mean, these words always, Adbhut, Chamatkar, and Ashcharya. It's like, I'm not a master of the language. These words all have a similar meaning. Adbhut, amazing, and Chamatkar, wondrous, and then Ashcharya. I always think of Ashcharya because it's Ashcharya and Ashtarani, astonishing. Astonishing, and for Russian people, they probably don't know what any of those words mean, but whatever. But the basic idea is the experience. It's like, is it like this? This is the dramatization of the word. It's like, what am I seeing? But it's astonishing in a good sense. It's not like you see some monster movie where you become, you become amazed that the Gona Ras is there, Vibhatsa, or what is it? Gona Ras is, hara and disgust and like that, and they're not even part of Madhurya Ras, those two rases, Gora or whatever it is, and Vibhatsa, disgusting, Jugupshita. Jugupshita means disgust. That's not part of the Madhurya Bhav and Vrindavan, although it's one of the 7 secondary rases. But this astonishing, Ascharya means that it's amazing, and I'm drawn to it, and I'm amazed by it. I can't understand. I can't figure it out. I'm attracted. It's amazing. Like, what is it and what's happening? Is it like this? This is Ascharya. Yeah, you got the idea? Acting out words. So they have the ideas. So he says, Vriddhi spurjato, jati, jat. When will this vision become born, appear in my heart, in my vriddhi? This true Vishnu Vrindavan as it is. Not, with the kunjas everywhere, because even when we have that heart and we have that mercy, we don't see any buildings, we don't see any cars, we don't see anything. We're in our own. We see the reality of the real Vrindavan. The whole thing opens up to us, and we don't go anywhere. We just sit. And we see it all in front of us. There's one in my Guru Parampara. There's one Baba, Siddha Ekazar At Siddha Manohar Das Baba from Govinda Kund. He wrote one book in Hindi about his sporties of Radha and Krishna Leela. And his biography is Nobial Kapoor's book, very small biography, Siddha Manohar Das. He was around 1870 to 1880, around 1940, 50, I think he left, something like that, 60. But there he wrote, he had a cave by Govinda Kund underneath the ground. He just stayed there all day. He only came out, some disciples begged Modakar, he took Modakar. He's in a cave all day chanting. And he was having so many Leela Praveshas, entering the Leelas. And many, 20, 30 different, and he would wake up and he would write down his experiences of Krishna's Leelas. So obviously Vrindavan opened up for him and showed the real Vrindavan. He's just sitting in a black cave. Caves there's no light. I mean, under the ground. His eyes are closed. He's there, and with his friends and all the scorpions and cobras or whatever is down there. They're busy sleeping, and he's busy meditating. So everyone's busy. No one's bothering anybody. So, because Krishna's in everyone's heart. So you go in the Himalayas, these sadhus live there. It's just like that. Who can understand? We're controlled by fear. But sadhus, saintly people, are controlled by God. It's like that. So that's not easy to be a saintly person. They're very rare. Manushanam sahasreshu kaschit yadati siddhye. So there are thousands of regular people and very few are siddhas. So there's an example of someone had vriddhi spurjato, vriddhi, in his heart, sporties were manifesting in his heart. What to speak of Das Goswami, everyone can open up Vilaf Samanjali. Or even this book, last Kartik, and we'll get to that, so many visions come. And these few verses we're hearing just to appreciate the great ocean of Leela that we'll enter into. We're following the footsteps of Prabhupada Saraswati to glorify Vrindavan. So sometimes he's praying in Sadhaka Vesh. For whom? For us. He's a Nitya Parishad. He's the eternal Saki, Tungavidya Saki. He doesn't need to do bhajan. He's doing his seva, so many sevas. He's not walking around with a mala. Oh, I have to pick these flowers. It's not like us. We walk around with our mala and pick flowers. We walk around with our mala and make flowers. We chant and drive. That's for the sadhaka, but he's a siddha. He's only doing seva, no mala. He's just doing seva. The hands are busy. His hands are busy doing seva. No time to go. And he's sitting there in the corner. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Radharani, what are you doing? Go pick some flowers. Oh yeah. So that's their engagement. So this is this is verse 4. They're very difficult to understand the glories of Vrindavan, but by living in Vrindavan, serving here, and we're living here and we're serving here because we're placing ourselves, as I mentioned, in a place to get advantage. So you want some benefit, so you put yourself in a position where you get the greatest advantage. So when you come to Vrindavan, we're situated here, and this is a place where we can get mercy from home, from the living reservoirs of mercy, the sadhus, the saintly persons. And they're always coming to Vrindavan, especially in this time of the year, Kartik, and especially in a place like Radhakund. Well, I've been informed by SMS that the Nityananda Vamshacharya, one of them, there are many, but one of the ones that many people know, Nityananda Vamshacharya, Srila Ekazar Ad, Srila Prem Gopal Goswami Ji Maharaj, he'll be across the street at 5:30 giving lecture, I believe so.